If I said to you that you could take a holiday from your business, really switch off, and your business would keep humming and your clients would be looked after, would you look at me like I was crazy? Or think, one day maybe? Well, I'm here to tell you that it can be done. I just did it. It was awesome. So even if you think that there are tasks in your business that only you can do, you really can do it, and it's so worth the effort. Let me tell you a bit about what I did to be able to have a holiday. So if you don't know me, or if you haven't seen some of my latest updates, my name is Nerin. I'm the founder of Positively Sorted, and I'm a virtual assistant who we focus on the more techie behind the scenes stuff that you might just hate doing, or sort of trying to figure out your way around it. And also, if you're maybe just starting out, thinking about using a virtual assistant and maybe don't have any of the systems in place to be able to manage it, that's our specialty. So back to the travel and the holiday. I just took 2 whole weeks off to travel around Japan with my family. It was an amazing adventure, and it was all consuming, both with navigating, managing kids, seeing the sights. It was great, not exactly relaxing, but it was still switching off from the everyday. And it was only sitting on the plane on the way home at 3 a.m. on a red-eye flight, uncomfortable, couldn't sleep, and I started thinking about the fact that I had taken all that time, and most of my current clients were at least partly looked after, so were able to keep rolling in their business with very little input from me. And that was a massive wow moment in the dark, somewhere above the ocean. Both that I could still earn income while I'm away from my business, but also that my clients weren't let down and they can keep their businesses going. So how did I do this? I've got systems and team members now set up in my business that can work on my behalf. It's taken about 12 to 18 months to really get it humming. And yeah, it definitely doesn't happen overnight, but it is something that you can start working on gradually, that you can definitely delegate things that you thought you couldn't. There are definite things that at least in the beginning, I would just get help with parts of a bigger project, and there were parts that I would check, or that I would just do that bit because that was the most important and it needed to be done by me. But after getting all the steps documented, so everybody knows exactly what needs to be done when, and gradually introducing extra steps to other people, and both me and the client can be comfortable that it can be done the way we want. So last time I took a trip away was about 15 months ago, and I was sort of only just getting started, having a VA of my own to help. And we weren't really set up with all of those processes and systems and stuff. And so I was taking on this holiday, it was at least an hour, maybe 2, each afternoon while we're away, to go through emails, answer questions, and sort of keep things rolling. And then some things were just completely put on hold until we got back. And so it was pretty full on getting back up and running again. So this trip to Japan, we were on the road every day. So taking a couple of hours to just sit and work wasn't really an option. But I didn't need to. All I had to do was keep an eye on my emails. And there are a few questions that popped up that I needed to answer, but it was like 5 minutes to answer them. It was awesome. So then my team members could keep moving. And to give you an idea, I've got one main VA that helps with lots of different things. Louise, she did an awesome job. Thanks, Louise. And then I have currently 2 other people that are helping with social media stuff and graphic design, which is a newer thing that we're sort of still getting up and running, but it's really great that they were able to help keep another couple of clients rolling along while I was gone too. So that's just a bit of a snippet of taste of how I've done it, but hopefully can give you an idea that it can be done. So in the past, I've shared tips and stuff about being productive and being organised and stuff. Now what I want to start sharing on a regular basis is will all be based around the systems and getting set up to be able to work with a remote team member or members. So the types of VA help you can get, how to easily record steps for a VA to follow, my favourite online tools for sharing tasks, files, information with team members and clients. So when you're working remotely, you definitely need, different people need access to files and information about where tasks are up to, and all that sort of stuff. And we need to be able to track our time and all that sort of stuff. So I hope that you find that helpful. I'll try and share bits and pieces every week, and I just had my notes on my screen and it's disappeared. So I would like to ask you a question though too. Where are you on this journey? Do you already work with a VA, or do you wish you could? And is it sort of all too hard, or you don't know where to start? What are your challenges with it? What questions do you have? And that will help me to prioritize what I talk about first. So I'm still, I must say, while I've been able to have that time off and everything's been great, there is still a lot to come back to. So catching up with where everything's up to and what's happening and what I need to jump back into and keep working on. So I'm going to get back to that now. But thanks for watching if you've made it this far, and I will see you soon.